Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Spritzo. Welcome back to Super Senso. I'm going to show you another pre-recorded video here. This was from a few days ago. Since this time, I've reached level 6, but this is a split push strat that I'm going to show you. I've also put in the jet instead of the mortar. So I've taken mortar out and I put jet in my deck. So again, I do just tons of grunts, and I do scouts. I'll push the grunts and the scout up top, and then the Senso will go by himself at the bottom. When the Senso goes to the bottom, the opponent thinks it's an easy target, so they usually will move down. This guy ends up playing a little bit more conservative. He puts out 3 boomers here, and then moves forward. He just kind of plays it conservative and sits back a little bit, which is kind of weird. I've never really seen anyone do that, at least not at this level. So I'm going to move my grunts in to do damage to the top extractor, and then I'm just going to move the Senso a little bit. Not necessarily engage yet, because I don't know what he's going to do. He only has 3 boomers, and he hasn't really... He's shown no signs of attacking early. So then I stock up top. I put more grunts and a scout up top. The scout can move very far here, and then the grunts can move within range of the extractor if the 2 grunts that are already there end up dying on this turn. So he takes a little bit of time to figure out what to play here. He'll move his grunts. He stays conservative and sits in the middle still, doesn't really show any sign of attacking. I think he's just waiting for me to get in range of him so that he can attack. But he does move his Senso up, and that pretty much sealed his fate for his Senso, because all of those grunts can now surround his Senso and force his boomers and his bomber to kill one of my grunts. So what I do here is I kind of figure out what's the best way to secure a kill and then do some damage to his Senso. I don't necessarily attack the extractor immediately. I want to figure out what's the best way to place my guys before I do anything, before I actually engage. I deal damage to the extractor, move a grunt to the right, move the far grunt from the left to the right to destroy the extractor, move the scout underneath the Senso to stop him from the bottom, and then move my other grunt to the left of the Senso. So now he's stuck. There is nothing he can do except kill one of my units there to get him back out. So my Senso is just staying at the bottom, not really doing anything yet. I will attack the extractor now that the top extractor is gone. He has a boomer in the middle, and really the boomer's not necessarily that important. I don't really need to take him out. He's only worth 1, but I want to get some more charges for the next turn. I do give up a chopper on this next turn. The chopper it's tough because the chopper attacks twice and can move 1 space further than the boomer can. So my chopper was the only thing able to reach his boomer and deal enough damage for my grunt to kill it. So I risk giving up 2 charges on his turn here because I put the chopper out there. But it's not a big deal. I have high kill potential on my next turn, no matter what he does up top. If he has a meteor up top, then I'm screwed. If he has a meteor, I would be screwed. He could easily kill a lot of those guys with his boomer, his Senso, and the bomber. Fortunately for me, he does not have a meteor. If you have a meteor against this deck, you could wipe this deck out pretty easily, or sappers. So at this point, he's just trying to figure it out. He's like, what do I do to get my maximum kill potential? He kills the chopper to get his 2 charges, and then he'll kill the grunt up top with the bomber, and then he'll kill the other grunt next to that one with the Senso. So it gets him 3 and 1. Spawns another boomer. Doesn't really do anything with the boomer. And that's it. Now he knows that his Senso is pretty much done. There's nothing he can do about it. But he knows he also has to stop my Senso at the bottom because I'm dealing damage to his extractor, so he puts a mortar down. Mortar's not going to matter. It's not going to kill my Senso in my next turn, so I'll attack his extractor and it won't matter. Kill his Senso. I attack his boomer with my scout first, so that my scout dies, so he doesn't get the charge off him next turn. Then I finish him off with my grunt, so I don't give up any charges on his turn. That's very important to do. If you can deal damage and then kill one of your own guys before your turn ends, do it. So here I'm also trying to find another way to get 1 more charge, and I bring out another chopper, which I know is going to die the next turn because he has a boomer, but I want to get that 328. I got to get 328 damage on my turn to basically seal the win on the next turn, or the turn after. He would have to get basically a full 3 combo to beat me at this point. So he has some decent kill potential here. He's going to get the chopper with the boomer. And then he could easily kill a couple grunts to get at least 4 charges. He uses the mortar also here to attack my Senso and my extractor. But again, he hasn't attacked that yet. It's way too late. And his extractor's already at half. So he does the damage to the Senso, does damage to the extractor at the same time. And he only has 131 damage here. Does damage to the Grunt, but a bomber's not enough to kill, at least at level 5 Grunt. A level 2 bomber's not enough to kill a Grunt. Spawns a jet to deal damage to a Grunt to get 1 more kill to get 1 charge. And that pretty much lost him the game because I had jet in my deck. I attack with my Senso, move down with the Grunt to finish off the extractor. Now I need to get either an attack on his gate, which I tried to check here. This Grunt could not do it. So the Grunt I use for another attack in a second. I wanted to use the Grunt to attack the gate immediately and just end the turn right there, but I couldn't do it. I have to get 3 charges here. So I'm trying to figure out which cards I can play here to finish the game off on this turn. I can't give him a chance to play his next turn. So the jet here will kill his jet, giving me 2 charge. And if you look, you can see that my boomer will be in range of his boomer, and my Grunt will be in the range to kill that boomer. I deal damage with my boomer, move my Grunt down, kill his boomer, and then the game's over. Had he killed my Grunt at the top with something that other than his bomber, I wouldn't have been able to do that, and it would have gone on for probably 1 more turn. But that's it. That was going against someone who's playing a lot slower. If you're playing with someone a little bit more aggressive, it may be tough because meteors could screw you up big time, or mortars, or rangers. But that's about it. I think it's still a pretty good deck, at least at this level. I'm going to keep running it for a while, maybe try some other stuff out later on. But that's all I've got for this episode. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe if you'd like to. I heard the like button is broken. But that's all I've got. Thank you for watching. That's the way it is.